Okay, guys, 45-day challenge kicks off tomorrow. Super pumped. I laid out some stuff differently on this challenge than I've done in the past. And I'm really excited to lay out some individual kind of challenges that we do daily, along with some weekly challenges. Within this, obviously, it's a challenge. It's going to challenge your current day-to-day schedule right now. So it's going to take you really looking at your day. This is what I'm going to work on you with here in the coming weeks is looking at your day and making some adjustments and actually planning ahead to be like, hey, I got to do this at 6 a.m. and I have to do this at 12:15 and I have, we have to plan ahead. Otherwise, it makes it tough to start getting stuff in. But you wouldn't have signed up for a challenge if you weren't hungry for some type of a change. Like you had some type of internal pull where you're like, I want a little something more. I want to challenge myself a little differently here for a little bit. And so to start things off, we're going to do a couple just basic things here on week one. Okay. We're going to focus on hitting our workout. That's a duh, right? All of you should have your workouts in your calendar. I got those plugged in for you. You can look ahead and see them now. Two is I put that Whole Foods list in that group page. During this challenge, I want us to really be focusing on eating whole foods. Even if you don't have like custom macros set up for you, you can do really well, especially in a short window of time, like 45 days, by just making life simple for you and eating some whole foods and really cutting out processed things. So if you look on those sheets, the whole food, we'll review them here in a minute. Whole foods are really just things that aren't coming in packages. They're really things that are just one ingredients for the most part. Okay. Number three, on your calendar, I put in this 15-minute daily outdoor walk for you. This might be a challenge thing to build this in for some of you guys, and we're not 100% over winter time yet. So this is going to take maybe on a couple of days, really throwing on some heavier coat, a stocking hat, and going out. But the reason I do this, you guys, because I know there's a lot of power in health for just getting outside, stepping away from technology or stepping away from everything for a few minutes and getting some sun through our eyes, getting some fresh air in. It really helps us to slow down a little bit. And that's one of the things that I think a lot of society struggles with right now is just taking a breath and slowing down and refocusing a little bit. And so that's what I'm really promoting with that portion of that 15-minute daily outdoor walk. Okay, that's separate from your workout. Okay. Number four, I just put 5 minutes of silence. This might look differently from everybody. It might look like prayer for some of you. It might look like a meditation thing for some of you. Whatever language you use there is okay. I really just want you to take a few minutes and go somewhere where you can be silent. Whether that's, hey, I'm gonna pull up to work and sit in my truck for 5 minutes with nothing on and just do my thing. Whatever that looks like for you, carve out a silent closet for yourself and really do that. I think it's going to be another powerful thing. A lot of this daily challenge, I don't want to just be physical for us. I also want it to be very mental and healthy in that way. Because if we're not addressing our health in that side of things, oftentimes we'll fail at our physical health too. They really go hand in hand with each other. Okay. So we want to be addressing all of that in one. Okay. And then number five is a daily post. And so you'll see this in a minute. We're going to scroll down into our weekly challenge. Okay. So our week one challenge is going to be nailing these. Okay. No, I don't want us to focus on anything else, but like I'm going to do these five things. I'm gonna hit my workout, eat my whole foods, my walk, my 5 minute silence, and then I'm gonna post at the end of the day every day. Like I called it a boom challenge. I didn't have a name for this, so it's like hashtag like boom, I nailed my day. That's the boom is boom, I nailed my day. It's a big deal, I know. So that's gonna be your daily post in week one. You might even have a little something that just connected with you that on your walk or in your silent time that you're like, man, this is good. I want to share this with the group. And oftentimes, like that's how I have several of these groups in my app that are in their training protocols, and a lot of these groups get started kind of in little challenges like this, and we bring them into bigger groups, and it's crazy how much this just being accountable in a different way of like making a post, how much it actually serves everybody else too. You might kind of think, oh, maybe this is silly, but it serves a lot of times so many people are thinking it too or going through something, and your post really helps somebody else and serves them. So don't be afraid to do that. Those are the five things that I want you to do for the beginning of this challenge, okay? You guys all got the Whole Foods list. If you haven't, it's in I posted it in the group page there, okay? Was there any questions on the Whole Foods list, the protein, carbs, the fats? Anybody raise your hand if you've got one. It's hard to see when I'm sharing screen here, but I'm not seeing much. Or just speak up too. You can go off mute if you need to. Not, that's cool. I know some of you have done a little bit something similar like this in the past. Like I know Steven and Kayla have done a Whole Foods thing with me before. Um, and then just some meal example ideas for you guys. This is in there too. I'm going to be sharing also some recipes as we go in the group page. So I have some done, like I kind of show simple sample you guys. Like I have some stuff like this done up for you guys that I'll share in there, so you guys just have some ideas. Okay, that will just help you be creative on your journey a little bit. Okay, so I'll be sharing those. If there's no questions on that, I want to go ahead and just dive into a few minutes of your training and how I broke that down into your calendar. So when you log into the app every day, you'll click on your calendar and you'll see your training for the day. Okay. In your workouts, I put your working sets there. So you have 3 or 4 working sets. Let's just use like squats for an example. And so if you're doing some goblet squats with a dumbbell, make sure we're warming up. And I have a warm up in there for you as well. So don't skip your warm up. Super important. Also, your working sets, those should be your weight that's challenging you. So maybe that's 20 pounds, maybe that's 50 pounds, depending on where you're at. But do a warm up set or I call it a build up set or two before you hit those working sets. Okay, your working set should be your peak weight of your lift. So what I consider a working set is if you have 10 reps, 9 and 10 should suck. They should be burning pretty good. You kind of want to quit. And so do a build up set or two. Like if Steven's doing, if you're doing 50 pounds, you do a set that's body weight to warm up, and then you do a set of 20 with 20 pounds just to make sure everything feels good. We don't want to get injured. Okay, guys? Especially on week one or so, if this is different for you or it's a complete change of pace, don't be afraid to go light, especially on week one. It might take you a little extra time as well. Navigating the app on the first week might take you a little more time. But as you get into week two and things, it's going to get really quick. You'll kind of see how it ebbs and flows. And so that's the big part of that training. Warm up, do your build up sets. And then at the end, there's some stretching or mobility that I laid out for you. If it gets a little long for you, don't be afraid to be like, okay, I gotta get to work or whatever. I gotta go make supper for the kids. You can do that stretching later on in the day or in the evening or something while you're watching some TV or hanging out with the family. You can just jump down and hit a few of those stretches then. That's totally fine. Okay. Um, that kind of covers the base stuff that I wanted to talk to you about on the training side of things. So you have a few more things to keep track of, right? With the first day, I'll post the 5 things in the group challenge, so you have all that stuff there for week one. Okay. Is there any questions a little bit, hey, on the 5 things or the challenge that we're going through here on the first week? Kristen's good. Steven's good. Okay, I think everybody's squared away there. Any kind of concerns, worries, ready to rock? Kristen's, you're looking kind of like maybe a little concerned. Are you excited?
I am.
Okay, awesome. I'm pumped to have you guys in there. We got a group over in Minnesota partying with us, right? You guys are all in the same town, right?
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, very cool. I love it. I love it. You guys, this is going to be a lot of fun. And challenges are good. Challenges are meant to take us. I just want to reiterate that one more time is that this challenge is meant to take us out of our normal comfort zone. If our next 45 looks the same as what we came into this meeting at, you guys won't be happy with where you're at in 45 days anyway. And so what I really would love to do as a coach is really to provide the challenge for you, but also just remind you of like, no, you're hungry for something. Like, and I'm gonna walk it out with you, and I'm gonna encourage you along the way. My style is very much encouraging versus like a yell at kind of person. I love to just encourage and give tools and bring some realities and really listen to each other as we're going through it and really hearing each other's challenges. So that really leads me into the last piece of this is you're gonna face a challenge most likely within the next 45 days of a day where you wake up and you're like, what the heck am I doing? I'd rather just not. And don't let those just quick thoughts, because I wake up that way very often as well when I get up early and it's like, what? And I have to just like chill for a second and really just get up, go brush my teeth and just get a good glass of water and get moving a little bit. And I'm always good. And so don't let some of those thoughts or the struggle thoughts really stop you. But let's just continue to just to morph through it and keep push through that. And then when you're struggling, this is the biggest key. And I reiterate this every single new person that I train. If and when you're struggling with something, I am never mad at you. So come to me and talk to me about it. I'm never once disappointed in you. If you miss some workouts and you're like, dude, I suck this week. Like, I know I didn't log anything, whatever. Don't be like, oh my God, Jordan's disappointed in me. Just come to me and talk to me, and like I'm gonna get you motivated and help going again. And so I'm never mad at you. I want you guys to succeed. Like my one of my faults is I probably want people to do well more than they want to do well sometimes. And so that it's okay. I understand there's real weeks and life that just happens. Like I think most of us have families in here. Like we have jobs, we have careers, and a big thing though is community. And when you have community, accountability, and encouragement, those things really stack and help us. And you might not have a perfect week, but you had a better week than if you didn't weren't doing it at all. And that compounded over time, you're gonna look at yourself in 6 months or 12 months, whatever, and you're like, whoa, holy crap, I made some big changes in my life. I'm looking different. I'm feeling so much better. My confidence is better. My attitude is better. My mental health is so much better. And so that's what I really want to push for. I know this is just 45 days, but we're going to push this into the long term and have a long term mindset so we can really change our life, not just for ourselves, but generationally as well. So, okay, I did pretty good there. That was 14 minutes. My goal is always like 15 and then under, isn't it, Adam? All right, you guys, is there any questions? Kind of last call for questions on the live call if you need anything. All right, sweet. Got nothing, you guys. Your stuff, Renee's a thumbs up. All the stuff's in the calendar. If you have questions on day one tomorrow, as you're kind of going through it, maybe go and log on. All the stuff I put so you can see a week ahead. And so you should be able to click on there now and just slide the date over on the calendar and see what you have for tomorrow morning. It'll look like you have two workouts because I put the 15-minute walk separate from your workout. So you'll actually log both of those tomorrow as like two separate things, depending on what your day looks like. And as you're going through it, just mark down questions in the instant messenger in the app. You can just message me, okay?
Can I ask a question?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm sure everybody's is probably different. But do you have like an idea, just going into tomorrow being the first day, like how much time should be allotted, like trying to fit it into my day? Like, is it an hour? Is it 45 minutes, a half hour?
That's a
Like,
great question. I think for week one, probably try to allot an hour. If
okay,
you're new to the app, if you've been on the app before, you've already kind of rocked through a few people I have in here. If you haven't, definitely play with it tonight for 10 minutes. That'll save you time in the morning for sure. But otherwise, um, if
okay,
you do that stretch maybe later in the evening, you could allot 45 if you're doing it. And if we get, 2 weeks in, and you're like, dude, these are too long for me, I'll adjust it for you.
okay, fair. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, just to add
Yes.
to that, Jordan, as being in a couple of these challenges with Jordan, everybody who's new on the call, I would say your first week, yeah, give yourself about an hour because, like Jordan hit it right on the head there. Get used to the app, get used to how things feel in the gym or at home with the stuff that you're using, whether it's weights or resistance bands or whatever. But just give yourself for that first 2 weeks. I'd
Yeah.
say give yourself a good, if you think it's going to take 20 minutes, give yourself 30. If you think it's going to take 45, give yourself an hour
Yeah.
just to get yourself in that rhythm, in that groove. And then once you take off that second, third week, it'll just become natural and you'll notice your time decreases a little bit more, but you're still getting that full workout in.
Yeah. That's great, Adam. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys rock back to your families here on a Sunday night. I appreciate all of you, and let's crush it tomorrow. I'm looking forward to day one.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you.
guys. See ya.
Thank you.
Bye.